Dobar dan, and welcome to this Eurovision reaction and review. So, today, Serbia. Tijana Bogićević has released her song Into Deep, and I don't quite know what to expect from this one, but I am willing to find out. Okay, so it's very current. Wow. Okay, so yeah, Serbia is serving up a current bop this year. What I can really say about this song is that this is the kind of pop song that you hear on the radio, and you know what? That's okay for the radio. But these songs don't always fare amazingly well once you get to Eurovision. I don't really have that much to say, do I? It's kind of indicative of the kind of song this is. This is a song that I've kind of heard before in different parts, if that makes sense. So I haven't heard it as one song before, but this feels very commercial sounding, and by commercial I mean Western European commercial, and I've actually noticed that in a lot of the former Yugoslav countries they've actually veered towards a commercial Western European sound this year, and I'm not quite sure why, but it is just a trend that I have kind of noticed. Although I do not know how they're gonna do this one on stage. Serbia's song was, well, I don't really have that much I can say about it right now. What I can say is that basically it was like a modern pop song. There wasn't really that much that made it, well, Serbian. That's the kind of thing that I've realized over the last couple of days. A lot of these Balkan songs don't sound like they come from the country. They sound more like they're Nordic entries that were just rejected, which kind of makes me feel a little bit scared. Let's do listens 2 and 3. I'm just kind of looking at this and I'm wondering, like, what is going on? What is the kind of staging idea that they're gonna go for? I like the look of this music video, but I just don't get a cohesive, like, I mean, I understand that there are multiple aspects of this video, but it just looks like they're vaguely showing off what they can do rather than, oh yes, these are the kinds of things that are actually possible, or this is the story that we actually have. It's kind of like, Tijana's charismatic, but I don't exactly feel this song. The Serbian song, I felt like I have a lot of partnered things, so I have a lot of criticisms that I also feel like positives that this song does really well. So I feel like this song has a modern production, and the song in itself is very modern. So the thing is, this does feel like the pop hits of the last few years. This isn't one of those kinds of songs where it's like this could have taken place in any contest before probably like last year. The bridge is kind of the best part of the song. So the thing is, if they are struggling to find something cool to cling to in this song, just try the bridge. I feel like the bridge is one of those parts where it's like, oh wow, I didn't expect you guys to do that kind of thing there. This has commercial and televote potential, and why do I say that? Because this is the kind of thing that if I didn't know this was a Eurovision song, I would totally have heard this on the radio like 5 times. I think I actually have heard it 5 times in 5 different arrangements by 5 different artists. You know, it's the kind of song that you actually do hear on the radio, because this is the kind of song that current artists want to do. This could be very visually spectacular. And why do I say that? Because I feel like this is one of those kinds of songs that this is probably going to have some kind of staging where everyone's all like, oh, they're just doing that to grab the vote. And it's like, yeah, some songs look better, some songs work better when you have those kinds of performances, and I feel like this one is one of them. Why do I think that? Because this doesn't feel like the kind of song that immediately is like on. I don't think it immediately stands up on its own as the kind of song that you really, really want to look at just as a music video. Why do I say that? Because the music video didn't make that much sense, and I feel like once we get to Eurovision, there is going to be one concept. And just last, to top off the advantages, I believe that Tijana is believable here. Now, why do I say believable? I feel like she is genuinely singing those words. I feel like she wants this message to go across Europe. Not to say that other people don't want their kind of message to go across Europe, but I feel like she believes in the message of this song. Whatever the message of this song is, I believe it's something to do with finding love in someone else. I don't know. On to the disadvantages. I feel like this is one of those kinds of songs where it's like, oh, I've heard this song before. Because this is not that memorable. Even with the vocal hooks, it feels like we have heard this song before, done by other artists, done better by other artists. But you know what? That's okay. I feel like there is not exactly one solid stage concept in the music video. Now, why do I stress in the music video? Because sometimes the best stage concepts don't come from the music video, they come from other places. And you know what? If that was the case here, I would not be surprised whatsoever. And I don't know about Tijana's live vocals. I'm putting this in the disadvantages because this could be one of those songs where the vocalist struggles to keep up. There are a few times there in the chorus that I was like, is that? I don't think that's any vocal changing or altering, but it did seem like the studio vocals were, I don't know, a bit off from what you would expect a human to have delivered in the same moment of that song. I don't know, it's probably a mixing thing, but I just feel like some of the vocals didn't exactly shine in throughout the song. If you have an opinion on the Serbian song, please feel free to tweet it to @Eurovision or leave it in the comments below. So what are my scores for Serbia? My scores for Serbia are 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10, and 7 out of 10. That leaves Serbia with the score of 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 is not that good, to be very honest, and the reason why I would like to make it clear that this 7 out of 10 isn't meant as like a kind of backhand or anything, but I feel like we are missing a vital part of this song, and I feel like that vital part of this song is the staging. This song in itself is perfectly good. There is nothing objectively wrong with this kind of pop song outside of the fact that I've heard this before a lot. Like the synths, everything, that's standard pop. This is standard pop. 7 out of 10 could be different once we get to May. Anyway, good luck Serbia, and do pobacenia.